Hey everyone, it's that time again, and it is wrap-up time for the month of October, which is also my birthday month, and I'm proud to be an October baby. I decided to pick up some spooky-ish type books, but not really that spooky because I'm not into that, and also because I bought some books around this time last year and I wanted to get them off my TBR because I still hadn't read them. So the first book on that TBR was White Cat, the first book in the Curse Workers trilogy by Holly Black. I like this book in the way that it gripped me, pulled me in really quick, and also it wrapped up the story pretty good for like a first book. And I liked how she incorporated like the mob element into it. So that was pretty cool. The next book is the second book in the Curse Workers trilogy, which I happened to find in October as well, and that is Red Glove by Holly Black, and it's a cover change. So yeah, I can't really go too much into detail about this one because it's kind of spoilers, but I will say that it opened up the world a bit more and the characters got a bit deeper, which is nice because it's also a thin book, and I was able to finish this in a day, and I finished this in a day, so that's pretty cool. The third book, keeping with the Holly Black theme, which was pretty good because I also bought this around this time last year from my birthday, and that was The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. I really liked how I could see that she's improved as an author and as a writer, the way she builds her worlds. Because I noticed that she actually, it's not the characters that develop because they're so-so characters. It's the world she builds around that drew me in. So this one is about a girl who wakes up at a party, and everyone around her is dead except for her ex-boyfriend and this weird vampire. So they all have to go to Coldtown, and stuff happens. And I like the history she put, a little bit of history she added into this book, as well as including the element of social media. Like in one of the cold towns, they have live streams of their eternal balls, and then they're like love teams, and there's also like forums dedicated and fan clubs dedicated to the cold towns and the vampires there. They're like celebrities that can never leave, and they're eternal because they're vampires. But yeah, I actually finished this in a day. But I was intimidated for a long time, because not only does it look spooky, the cover looks spooky, it's also very thick and quite heavy. But I finished it in a day, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, I decided to continue with the theme, the spooky-ish theme, and I decided to pick up Rebel Angels Book 2 in the Gemma Doyle trilogy by Libba Bray. I don't know what it is about Libba Bray, but after flying through Holly Black, I kind of felt like I hit a wall with this book. But that's not because it is badly written, just that I don't know, I just have a hard time really diving in. I also have the same problem with A Great and Terrible Beauty. This took me like 2 weeks to really get into, and then that was only when I decided to shut off everything and just read this book. So I did, and I found it has improved. The scary stuff got scarier, the murders got better, and like I could see like the characters, how there was more to them than meets the eye and all that. It was just pretty good, yeah. And like, who doesn't love a scary story set in the Victorian era with like a cliff and water and just all that good stuff, you know? And the last book that I've been trying to get into, this one also by Libba Bray, and that is The Diviners. The first book in, I'm not sure what kind of trilogy or duology or whatever that's gonna end up being, but This took me almost as much time as it took me to get into Rebel Angels, mostly because I believe that I'm getting to know new people now and the story is slow, and it took like 100 pages for the story to sort of keep going, and I'm only this much in, and this is right now when it's really picking up. So, but I really enjoy the 20s slang, seeing 1920s New York, and all the different cultures that came to America at that time, and the history to it. That's what I really enjoy, finding out the history to the story, as well as the supernatural spooky elements that are pretty cool actually. And yeah, I'm pretty much enjoying this, but I'm including this in the wrap-up because I'm probably going to be finishing this by tonight, while uploading or whatever. So yeah, these are the books that I've read. Now for the graphic novels. I picked up Here Comes Daredevil, the first volume in a series featuring Daredevil by Mark Waid and Paulo Rivera. It's pretty good. No pun intended, I went into this blind, okay? Because I watched the TV show, but I haven't really ever read like the comics of Daredevil, so that was interesting for me. This story starts off as him trying to enter back into New York, into his law practice after he was outed as being Daredevil, and he's helping his clients by consulting with them while they represent themselves, and he's also trying to stop a murder and figure out some crimes. I really like how he tries to defend people as a normal person, but also defends people and his city as Daredevil. So he's like, he's not just, regular guy by day, superhero by night. He's like a hero day and night. And yeah, I can't help it because I have read some comics for Captain America, and I figured, I read it was good, but I didn't like fall in love until Matt Murdock. Oh my gosh, I can't. He's so cool and so awesome and just feels my feels. And then okay, the next one, the Dewey's 24-hour readathon happened. So I figured I want to try doing the readathon, but I was going on vacation with my friends. So I decided to pack some graphic novels to bring to their vacation home. So the readathon started at 8 p.m. in the Philippines. It's October 18, I believe, or was it 19? Anyway, so I was like half asleep, but I did my best, and I picked up Daredevil Dark Knights by writer and artist Lee Weeks. Yes, and I can honestly say this was a lot darker. It starts off with him waking up in the hospital, and all of his super senses are turned off, so he's quite literally blind for a little bit, and then he finds out that there's this helicopter delivering the heart to a little girl in the hospital, but they can't find it, and there's a time limit. So in the process of getting that heart to the little girl, he also has to stop a murder, rescue the pilot of the plane, and stop a rape, while also trying not to die of the cold. So that was pretty cool. And then I like how the people, they knew it was him, that they could tell by his fighting skills that he was Daredevil, but they still protected him. And I think that's really awesome. Like he loves those people and they love him. And then there's also another story in here where he has to go to another country, I think, to bring this star witness for a big case, and he ends up joining up with this other superhero. I forgot her name actually, and that's kind of sad because she is pretty awesome. Here. So yeah, and then they just get into a lot of cool things, but the art is not so good. I mean, the art is good, alright, but it's not amazing and I'm totally blown away. I think the story is what really drew me in more than the actual drawing. So the next and the last graphic novel that I read for the month of October is Elektra by this person and this person. Yeah, wait, let me clear that up. It's Haden Blackman, and the artist is Michael Del Mundo. Wow, the art in this. Okay, let me just, before I get into, sorry, the art in this book is just fantastic. I can't even. So pretty. And the story though, so she gets hired. She wants to leave town, so she gets hired, contracted for a job to find the #1 assassin that disappeared, and nobody can find him. And it turns out that what she thought was to find him and kill him, it's not actually the case, because she has to. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that in case you guys want to read this, but it's really good. It's a lot thinner than the other ones, but it's just amazing. And I got to know Elektra more than just this name I heard who was associated with Daredevil. I'm actually really glad that I was able to find this, and I really enjoyed this comic. It's very good. Yeah, I don't know how much more I can express how much I enjoyed reading the graphic novels. Like, it was a completely new experience for me, really. So yeah, that's it. These are everything that I read in October. Awesome. And have you guys read any of these? Are you planning to? It's upside down. Heavy. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hey everyone, it's that time of the month, and it is wrap-up time. That time of the month.